Well, back from two hardware stores and one industrial supply place. The industrial supply place, they're a Parker distributor. As I suspected, they didn't have any of these rings because any of these rings they had were on these that they already had. He did say he'd sell me a brand new one. They got four of them in stock, $70. Tried to tell me this was dangerous to use it this way. I assured him that it is locking. So anyways, there's not a danger of it blowing apart while it's running. Unless that sleeve, of course, pops off, which is the whole point of why I'm trying to get the ring. Anyways, regular snap rings, 1 3/4 seems to be the largest standard size that most hardware stores have, and that won't be big enough to go around here. Plus, they have those little tabs with the holes in them to put the snap ring pliers in. Although I could grind those off, but they're also a little too wide. But the last hardware store I stopped at, they're a little bit more helpful on a lot of things, and he explained that yeah, he's seen these rings. Typically, he says he sees them being used to hold bearings in, so he suggests maybe a bearing supply house, which I'd have to go into the city for that. So I'm not going to be able to do that today. The more I looked at this ring, though, the more I thought, I actually didn't try and straighten this ring any. And just for the heck of it, I should try and straighten it. I mean, I see a couple of spots here where it's clearly just banged. And I'm thinking, maybe a little bit of tapping and peening on a flat surface, flat steel with a ball peen hammer. I might be able to actually straighten this out enough where I can make it work again. Alright, back out here to put this coupling on and hopefully get this backhoe loader moved out of this wooded area today. Did get a lot of rain lately. We got rain again this morning. It downpoured. At one point it was pouring rain and the sun was shining, so there's probably a nice rainbow somewhere, but I missed it. Anyways, see how much more rain there is in the bucket this morning. So I'm real glad that I took the time to throw something to cover that hydraulic opening. Keep the rain out of there. Brought my semi-repaired coupler out today. Gonna put it on. I think I'm gonna move this fitting so it faces back up the way it was before. Now that I got the backhoe raised a little bit, the hose is going to be able to reach that when I have it on the other side, and it'll be a lot easier to put this on and off with it facing up the way it was. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take my coupling apart and put the respective ends where they belong. Okay, so now all I need to do is hope that she starts and move it into position better. And now I've got my coupling, so I should be able to make a much quicker connection. And go from there. Alright, throttle's up. Let's see. See if we can. I don't know what you're seeing there. Put it on the seat, see if that gives you a picture or not. Find out when I edit it. Oh, forgot to hook the battery up. That would help. Alright, got the battery hooked up. Take two. Come on. Oh, come on, baby. Ooh. You know what I forgot? Starting fluid. I wonder if this switch even works for the preheater. Just for the heck of it, hold it a few seconds to see. made a difference. Almost. Maybe just a little less throttle. Gotta kill that battery before it starts. Just get the feeling. Try this preheater just one more time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see what happens. No. Well, propellant's all out of this can, but there might be a few drips in the bottom of it. I'll poke a hole in the bottom of this can and see if I can't drip a few drops of ether down that intake. Well, did get a few drips out of there. Let's see. Work fast. So close. Well, what's the Boy Scout motto? Be prepared. It's obvious I wasn't a Boy Scout. I've killed the battery. And now I've got the joy of moving this dead heavy battery all the way out of here. Whew, I just did not feel like hauling that battery all the way out this morning. So I came back this afternoon, some starter fluid, hoping there's just enough of a residual charge built back up in that battery to spin it just a little bit, and maybe with some starting fluid we'll get it started. If not, well, hopefully somebody will be out here a little bit later and can open the gates for me and mind the horses while I drive in with the truck. I also couldn't find my jumper cables. It's like if I get down here with the truck later, maybe I'll just try and jump it off the truck. But I couldn't find my jumper cables. And then it occurred to me, I think the last place I used them was out here when I tried to bridge that battery across with another battery. So I had to go over and look where the heck this thing was parked. Well, there we go. There's one mystery solved. There's my other battery and my jumper cables. Let's see if there's anything left in this battery. I don't know. This battery seems pretty dead. Let's try it this way. Yeah, can't get much deader than that one. There she is in all her beauty. Alright. So if I'm right about this, there'll be enough charge in there to spin this maybe one more time. Oh crap. I left the battery hooked up this morning when I left. Hope there wasn't anything residual bleeding off current from that thing, because if that's the case then it'll be dead as a doornail. Let's see. Ready. Get everything set first. Where's my wire? Ah, there it is. Use this wire. Jumper wire. Alright, set my camera up. Again, don't know what that camera's looking at. Hopefully it's looking at something you can watch. Not a lot left in this can, actually. But at least it's not empty like the other can was. Contact. Oh, come on. You kidding me? So close. I really thought it was gonna pop right off. Darn. Darn it. Amazing. That's not starting. Of course, it could be something else wrong. Well, it wasn't doing too well. Didn't want to start even with the jump on there. Spinning better, but still not wanting to start. Began to think maybe I'm too low on fuel. I could see fuel out down in the tank, but maybe it's just not getting there. Then I noticed this thing right here. There's a little lockout right here. I could take this off and then this little thing slides out. And I'm not sure, but judging by the way the line goes into it, I think this is your fuel pump and lift pump. This is the line going to the fuel injector. The injector pump comes out of this fuel filter. This fuel filter is fed by this little line that loops back over here to this assembly. So I think this is your fuel pump. I think this is a manual pump to prime when you run out of fuel. So I took that out and pumped it several times, and at no point did it feel like any resistance was building. I would think that as I pump it, I should build up pressure and it should get harder to pump, and it didn't. And oddly enough, it seemed to actually stutter and try to start a little bit better after pumping that. So now I'm beginning to think I'm out of fuel. And so then that fuel line there feeds that. That looks like it comes from, it almost looks like it goes right to the tank. But the funny thing is there's another filter on this side, which I thought was another fuel filter. Right here. Yeah, I bet you that line probably just wraps around the back of the engine, comes back to here, and then this is your primary fuel filter here. That's what I think. That goes over to this device here, which he told me somebody had put in a electric pump to boost the fuel pressure at one point to help with some kind of starting problem. So I think this is the boosting pump. And so this is the line going to the tank more than likely right here. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the tank has a sediment bowl on it. Just like a regular tractor. Hell, there's even a... Looks like there might even be a fuel shut off on that. That'd be funny if that's been off all this time. But no, I ran this thing a lot longer than that, so there's no way I was running it off of just what was in the lines. See if I can get my hand in there and see if I can't get my hand in here and find a bee's nest. Alright, that fuel valve is definitely open. I can feel it.
Alright, I got this little glass bowl here handy. This actually belongs to the International, but I still had it in the truck, so I didn't want to lose it. I'm going to drain off some fuel from the bottom of this filter and see what it looks like. Oh man. That is nasty. And it doesn't even smell like diesel. It looks like all water. Oh man. Yeah, I shouldn't have been running it without checking this first. Water in the fuel system is not good at all. Good way to score injectors and damage injection pumps. And oh man. That's the second attempt to draw off some fuel. Still doesn't smell like diesel. Third attempt. Now I got a clear separation of fuel and water right in that bowl. Starting to smell some diesel now. Still looks like crap. Smells like turpentine. I was looking for a larger container to draw off more fuel, but I can't find one. Well, I've seen enough to satisfy myself that I'm going to need to come back here with some clean diesel fuel and some containers so I can drain off the entire volume of fuel in that tank. Flush the system, some clean diesel.